'Tis I, Master Fabian, here with Red Hot Chaos.
Hi.
Hello.
I don't want to talk about my banana, man.
And
What?
that's CJ.
Leave me leave me alone. At least I'm being healthy.
And once again joining us is, well, he always joins us. He's part of the podcast, Mr. Justin.
At least
It's
for
me.
future episodes.
It's
Today,
bad
Justin will be leading us in a questionnaire of life choices.
life choices. Okay.
I like that questionnaire of life choices.
It was a joke, but okay. I don't know what any of the questions are about. I just know that Justin has them, which
Honestly,
sounds dangerous.
we said, you pick.
I couldn't think of anything. I'm tired and sad. Not a
I
good competition.
I have so many questions. At least
I have like 6 answers.
okay. All right. All right. All right.
So, what are
So
these questions about?
they could be just about everything.
Oh, jeez.
Anything from
Syrup, but I'm gonna hit you beautiful.
things you never thought about to choices you'll have to make. You know those would you rather press the button. No, it's if you press the button, this happens, but if you don't, this happens.
You die. This
Isn't
is
it
Squid
like
Game.
if you press the button, you get $1,000,000, but somewhere someone dies?
Yeah,
Not
kind of.
Or like if you press the button, but then like the person you hate the most gets like $10,000,000, where you only get $1,000,000, but then most people are like, "Well, I hate myself the most, so I get $12,000,000," which honestly in this society makes complete sense.
I think your math is wrong.
What?
You you said
Fuck off! I can't do math.
stop swearing.
Sorry. I was doing so good.
You weren't.
I was.
You were self-deprecating and sad.
I'm always sad.
Oof.
It's just at the surface right now. Leave me my sadness alone. Sadness is my favorite emotion from Inside Out.
Oh, okay. So to start us off, if vegetarians eat vegetables, what do humanitarians eat?
Humans.
Oh no.
That's why they're called cannibals.
Oh,
If you put a bunch of bowls into a can, would those be cannibals too?
It'd be a can of bulls. But if you say it fast enough, it'd be a cannibals.
can-
Stay with the country accent. It's a cannibals, man.
okay, okay, okay. If you could switch lives with anyone for just a day, who would it be and
Ooh,
why?
ooh. I know the answer to this one.
You're not gonna like my answer. I'm gonna have to think of a different
I
answer.
got this. There's
Who?
this guy named Fabian. Sounds
Oh,
super good. Looks just like me, talks just like me, exact
mhm.
same life. I switched lives with that guy.
You're like Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus, but you don't switch.
No, I'd want to switch lives with God.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez. Oh, that was funny.
You
oh
said
no,
anybody.
that is
Technically
true.
speaking, then I can figure out which religion is actual religion.
Shh, woman, we don't talk religion and politics. Stop
I'm just so
And
confused.
okay, have you ever believed in a conspiracy theory?
it.
The Illuminati does not exist. It's the government.
Have you watched uh
The Illuminati is the government. That's why it's made of 3
no,
branches.
did you watch Across the Multiverse?
Yeah.
The Illuminati was there. It has Patrick Stewart.
What? I'm so confused.
Wah.
I'm quite literally thinking the government's the Illuminati, because the Illuminati is a triangle and it has 3 corners and 3 sides, and the government has 3 branches.
You know that says 3 branches?
Myself.
Trees.
Oh, what? I mean, if you think about it technically, when your cells are splitting, yes, it does.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
not going to joke now. The listeners are just going to question what else has 3 branches.
What else has 3 branches? I'm curious. Please.
Certain banks.
I mean, you're right. You're right.
I could name a couple, but instead, what's another word for thesaurus?
Dinosaur.
Encyclopedia.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
The thesaurus is my favorite dinosaur.
that question.
Or seminary. It's like a cinnamon dictionary.
A cinnamon dictionary?
Yeah, you know words that match up with other words?
Oh.
You mean a synonym?
No, synonymy. It's like an online website that you can use to look up synonyms. Synonyms. Oh my god, now you have me saying cinnamon.
You said cinnamon the first time.
I didn't mean to. Anyways, but a thesaurus is a encyclopedia.
No, a thesaurus is a type of dinosaur.
No.
It just goes around saying the be in line at Starbucks if they had that back there.
What do you call a flying fossil? A dinosaur.
Why if flying is so safe, why do they have traffic control?
Because it's not safe and there's terrorists.
So what exactly? Maybe you have some insight in this. I don't know. What happens if you get scared half to death twice?
So it's like you cut your life in half and then you cut your life into a fourth. You only have a fourth of your life left.
So you don't just die, you have a fourth left.
No, because you're cutting it in half over and over again. If you keep cutting something over in half, even by like atom size, you're never gonna have like a full thing.
But what
So
if
you can't get rid of all of it.
what if you only had like an hour left to live and somebody scared you half to death and then 30
You
minutes
don't
left?
have 30 minutes left.
Oh.
So
Well,
even on your last second, death's like, ha ha ha.
You have
And then
half a
he's-
second,
And then he scares you, and then it just never quite gets to that point. And he just looks at you like, dude, this is pathetic.
Hey, vey.
pulling a
Oh.
low key on death itself.
I want to low key pull a low key.
Loki never seems to die.
So if you had to choose between never being asleep again or never eating again, which would you choose?
My
Never-
woman will always choose food in that regard because she
Never
can never
being
do without
asleep.
sleep. She sleeps like 6, 7
Never being
24 hours a
asleep
day.
again. You know how productive I would be?
Honey,
Not really. I wouldn't.
even when you sleep now, you're not productive.
I suck. Okay, I get it, but I don't think I could give up food. Food tastes so good.
Even more than your sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would rather go into a food coma than a regular coma.
So if you choke a Smurf, what color does it turn?
Purple
No. We have evidence.
or dark blue or red.
If you
Depending.
choke a Smurf, what happens? Oh, that was about to be a really bad joke. I was about to say,
Turns white.
if you choke a Smurf, wait, what happens when you choke an Oompa Loompa?
When
What?
you choke it turns yellow.
What? Okay.
Or it turns red. Because technically speaking, Oompa Loompas are orange, and whenever you're being choked, it's because you get a lack of oxygen, which makes your skin darken. Therefore, you
Do
just
not try
turn.
to add logic to this. This is not a logical question.
Well, I'm trying to be logical. Leave me and my logic alone. This is like fantasy logic. So therefore, it would be a dark blue Smurf and a red Oompa Loompa. Continuing.
Where do forest rangers persist on going for vacation?
Four strangers?
Yeah, you know the rangers that go through the forest, you know,
Like
smoke.
Yogi Bear guy.
Yeah.
Oh. They go
Like-
to the beach.
Do you think they see other forest rangers there?
You know, it sounds like you're saying four strangers rather than forest rangers, and I'm very concerned.
Well, if
Hey,
there's
boo-boo,
5 of
I'm
them,
going on vacation. You should come too.
No, they see other rangers. They see beach rangers, and they're the ones trying to keep people from getting
Beach
eaten by
rangers?
sharks.
Are these all just variations of bad Power Rangers? And just This is season
There's the
523.
forest rangers, the mountain rangers, the meadow rangers, the beach rangers, and the ocean rangers.
The
There's-
Ocean Rangers.
There's no life.
Then the Navy Guard.
There's
Not
no
even
life.
right. I
anymore.
know.
It's
Leave me
forest
alone.
rangers. Okay, everybody who's
It's
alive.
the Navy, the
Listen,
Army, the Air
you're-
Force.
Hmm,
Navy SEALs, or the SEALs, I guess, is their own branch.
the Navy whales.
No, that's the Marines. Marines are next. And then it's Coast Guard.
The most powerful animal in the whole world is the seal because it belongs to the Navy.
All I can think of is comic I once saw, and somebody said that Navy SEALs are so cool, and they had an image of SEAls in Navy suits.
Okay, what is the weirdest smell you have ever smelled?
My dad farts when he was sick. I wouldn't suggest smelling it. It was awful. It
I
was like
hope your
death.
dad doesn't randomly listen to this podcast.
He wouldn't
Oh.
ever. He doesn't listen to podcasts.
You know who else doesn't listen to podcasts?
He only listens to
99% of the world who should subscribe to Red Hot Chaos.
He
Mine.
only listens to those really old guy Christian podcasts.
Oh,
Like the dudes like I want to say Bill Ramsey, but I'm probably wrong. And I'm thinking of a chef when I say that. That's not even the right one.
You said Bill
I
Ramsey?
know I'm wrong.
Who the heck is Bill
Arnold.
Ramsey?
figure that
There's
out.
a dude named Bill. I don't know what his last name is, and he teaches people how to save money through Christ. Yeah.
And then there's a chef named.
Gordon Ramsay.
Okay, I was like, who the heck is Bill?
I'm gonna look this up
Bill.
now.
Bill.
My name's Bill Ramsey. Are you searching up Bill Ramsey?
It is a person. Oh my god.
Is it the right person though?
No, it is the wrong person. But there is a person named Bill Ramsey, and he was actually quite famous.
What did he do, honey?
He was a jazz and pop singer, journalist, and an actor famous for his German language hits. So he's a German hit dude, pop culture dude.
Oh,
This dude kind of looks like the dude that is Colonel Sanders.
oh, it's not who I was imagining when you said Bill.
Kind of looks like Colonel Sanders though.
My
Huh.
name ain't Colonel Sanders. It's Bill Ramsey.
His name is William McCreary Ramsey. He died 2 years ago.
Oh, well, moving on. How many rabbits do you believe you could fight?
What?
What?
If you had to fight rabbits, how many do you think you could fight at once?
Why would I want to fight rabbits again? Or would
Okay.
we like the almost like a killer rabbit situation like in Minecraft or
Okay, let's change it from rabbits to ducks.
To duck?
ducks are horrifying, but they'd be stopped by bread because if they eat too much bread, it like enlarges in their esophaguses and they choke to death.
Okay then.
That's why you're not supposed
So
to
you
feed,
say
you're not supposed to
she
feed
doesn't
ducks
come
bread.
armed with fists. She's like, take some bread.
You're not supposed to feed ducks or fish bread because that's what happens.
You're not supposed to feed girlfriends bread either.
Okay.
What?
How many chickens would it? I don't even know if I can ask this next one. How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
Depends.
How big is the elephant?
What kind of elephant is it?
Because if it's my mom, then I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You have to call
No.
her and apologize.
No.
You have to call her and apologize for that joke after we're done here.
She doesn't even listen to the podcast either. The only people who listen to this podcast, we probably know them, and it's probably sad. So the rest of the world who's listening, just know that you are appreciated.
Yep.
Anyways, what kind of elephant were you talking about?
Oh, Dumbo.
No,
Oh,
that's too
Dumbo's
small. I'm Dumbo's mom.
Oh God, she dummy thing. No, I'm just kidding.
Funny.
I'm kidding. That would make me a furry, and I'm good.
Not a furry creature.
Just a furry means any person who takes on animalistic behavior.
You'd want to be an elephant?
No, I don't ever want to be an elephant. That's why I said I'm good. Okay, okay.
I don't know. I just
No habla inglés. You okay over there?
I'm gonna keep going.
I confused man, and it's funny.
Gonna keep going.
Continue.
So if nothing ever sticks to Teflon, how do they create Teflon to keep on with the pan? Hold on, that's worded weird. How do they, if nothing sticks to Teflon, how do they keep it on the pan?
What's Teflon?
It's a special type of metal that's non-stick forever.
That's just the whole pan is made out of Teflon?
Is it though?
There's a easy solution to this, honey.
They melted it on there.
No, you just find somebody with the force, and then you just have that person actively stare at it until it gets so scared, it just works.
Are you talking about Darth Vader?
No,
Yes.
no.
You're just drawing your voice out. Next question.
Next question. Do Lipton employees take coffee breaks?
What employees?
Lipton. Like
Lipton, you like Lipton tea?
No, they probably take tea breaks. They probably have like hours of where they just have like tea break and they all just sit down and have crumpets and tea. That'd be horrifying, honestly.
Do you know where Lipton is made, honey?
Mm-mm.
Me neither.
Probably somewhere in the south. Now I need to know this.
I don't know. I'm not gonna look that up. Okay. If is Disney World just a mouse removed from being Disneyland or vice versa?
I thought the difference between them is that one was in California and one was in Florida.
Yeah, but is so
And the
There's-
one in Florida has more rights because it has more land that it can build on.
oh,
That's
That-
what makes it Disney World.
that one was a bum question.
Anyways, did you know that Lipton tea doesn't even grow in the Americas? Nothing grows
Where?
in America. All the stuff we have in America doesn't come from America. We say
Oh.
we're the greatest country, but we don't ever have anything.
Stop talking politics. Shut up.
Like,
So,
talking merchandise.
No, you're talking politics. You know who else talks politics?
Your mom.
Politicians. Oh well.
yeah.
Your mom.
So if I'm trying to. So why are they called apartments when they're all stuck together?
I could answer this with like the logical reasoning, but I'm not gonna because I'm gonna let Fabian answer this.
Watch this. I got you. They're called departments because no matter which section you're in, it's the part of its own situation.
No, not
It's
department.
just a more glorified hotel that you have to pay more money to stay in.
Honey, do you have to pay money to work at a job? You're in the wrong kind of job.
I feel like I do sometimes.
If a bank is a place that will lend you money, speaking of money, then why can't you prove that you don't need it?
Because why would you ask to be lent money if you don't need it?
There's a proper answer to this question, and it goes a little something like this.
Also,
I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill.
also, the process of being lent money through banks is so super complicated.
Oh, here we go.
I'm just saying. They're like, you need to have at least like a fourth of the money in order for us to lend you this money in the first place. And I'm like, I need you to lend me the money because I don't have the money.
Oh,
And banks don't make sense.
okay. So why do people say they slept like a baby, although babies wake up every 2 hours?
Actually, I really don't know. I would say I slept like a rock.
Fair enough.
But rocks can't sleep either.
That's because rocks are non-organic organisms and they aren't disturbed by anything surrounding them.
I think rocks are highly disturbed. Have you ever looked at Patrick's house?
Yeah.
The house is actually quite nice. Have you ever been on the inside? Quite nice.
No.
No, I don't think I've ever been on the inside of an animated character's house, honey.
No.
I was just gonna keep going.
Have you ever went and visited the Avatar's village in the Air Kingdom?
No, I can't fly. I can't do that.
Okay. If you were to go anywhere in the entire world, where would you go?
Finland. I get paid to go to college.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, in Finland they pay you to go to any schooling past middle school.
If I had to go anywhere, I know where I'd go. I'd go where I can get superpowers.
Wait, does it have to be on the Earth? Because if not, I'm going to Mars and starting my own colony.
Did you not hear the preface of the question?
No.
If you wanted to go anywhere in the whole world,
Well, technically speaking, the world is Earth
your mom's
because it's the only world or space planet with oxygen that we can
space
survive.
planet.
There's a lot of space.
Are there
You're
any other
wrong.
kinds of planets? Is there like a non-space planet, honey?
Maybe, I don't know. We don't know everything. We barely discovered like 30% of the ocean. That's why I don't think we should be in the water. We're gonna have a whole thing like the megalodon.
Is that why
thing
you'd
going
be
on.
like scared of like taking a bath?
No, I'm not scared of taking a bath.
She's
I'm
like,
afraid of the ocean. There is a very strong difference between the two.
between a bath and the ocean?
Yes.
Name
Also
the differences, honey.
Slightly afraid of lakes
There's-
because snakes exist, but
Name
There-
the differences between an ocean and a bathtub.
because the ocean's a soup. Name the three
Okay.
things.
Ocean, the soup.
Name the three things required to make a soup a soup.
Liquid, solid, spoon.
No. Salt and a type of broth. Usually some kind of meat of some kind. And vegetables. That is what makes a really healthy soup. What's in the ocean? Water, salt, and kind of broth
You know
because
what
you have
else
to
you
make
could
sure
call-
blood, feces, and all that good jazz.
You know what else you could call the ocean? A cereal.
That's my next question, actually. Is cereal a soup?
Technically, yes. It's a cold soup, but it's still a soup. It's kind of like if you ate chicken noodles out of the can without warming it up. Still soup.
But would it be more of a soup or more of like a stew?
It'd be soup because it doesn't have like a lot of meat or anything in it.
If your cereal has meat in it, you're doing something wrong.
Stew is what usually has meat in it.
For all you people out there named Stu.
Sorry.
Oh, here's the answer. Cereal eaten from a box is not soup. Cereal eaten with milk from a bowl is soup. Dry grains like raw oats are not soup. So
it's
basically,
both.
you eating cereal out of the box does not count as you eating soup, babe.
Well, why would I consider eating a dry cereal something with a liquid? That makes no sense. I have a higher level of intelligence than this dry thing, and this thing with a liquid are not the same thing. I can tell that just by looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't need somebody to tell me that a dry food was not a soup.
It can be dry soup, like condensed milk or dry milk. That stuff's
What?
nasty. I wouldn't suggest ever getting that. It's
What?
disgusting. Like dry
What?
milk. You just add a little water and you make milk.
Okay, next question. So
I like
why don't sheep shrink when it rains?
What do you mean shrink?
Why don't sheep shrink?
Yeah, you know how you can wash your clothes and they shrink?
Because the water is cold and it's not like it's being like super hot water. Usually when your clothing shrinks, it's in hot water.
Well,
Yeah.
I can tell you the obvious answer. Because
Well-
sheep are not made entirely of wool. Popular to, yeah,
Popular to most belief.
contrary to most popular beliefs, there's a sheep are not made entirely of wool. How would we have mutton?
Well, fair
I've
enough.
never ate mutton. Have you ate
I mean, we
mutton?
would have a lot more cotton or
Yeah,
wool. Sorry, not cotton.
close enough. So why do we put suits and garment bags and garments in a suitcase?
Because the world is an illusion, and I'm Batman.
Actually, considering most of those words are English or they come from other languages, it's because the American English language takes the other languages into an alley and beats them up for vowels and words.
Fair enough.
Are you okay in the head?
Okay.
No.
Wh-
You're asking the
Why
wrong
are,
person.
why are there no B batteries? You got A batteries, AA, AAA, C batteries, D batteries, but there are no B batteries.
Because
Try saying B batteries 3 times fast. There's your answer.
I want that to be my new rapper name. Yo, I'm B Battery.
the batteries.
B-ba-
It sounds like you're stuttering.
B Battery.
Oh, well, okay.
B Battery.
How could
Also, I think it has something to do with the charge that comes out of the batteries, like how much electronical charge comes out of it. My dad would know the answer to that question.
How
Okay.
much are you charging me to learn that information?
Nothing.
AAA.
There's no B league of batteries. You got the
A League, the C League, and the D League. And then you have
Yeah.
those really weird circle ones that I have no idea what league those are.
Those are just lithium batteries.
Yeah, what is with that? They went from A, C, D, and then lithium.
I feel like you tried to tell like a Jerry Seinfeld joke. What's up with that?
Why
Kind
would
of.
I call a Jerry Seinfeld joke? I don't even know who Jerry Seinfeld is.
Uh-oh. That's how you upset the universe. Well,
Uh-oh.
thank you for listening to Red Hot Chaos because we know you just tuned out.
Now you're gonna spend the next 2 hours educating me on this Jerry Seinfeld dude.
Seinfeld?
Yes, that's what I said.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just bent over looking at my belly button.
I'm trying to picture this, but now I'm not.
You do not need to. It looks real stupid.
My belly button felt weird. Leave me alone.
And don't even know how that would look. Are you like bent over what? Okay, so how can something be new and improved? If it's new, what is it improving on?
It's old models because they have different models. A new model is the most improved model of what has been made. That's why they have so many models of phones because they keep trying to improve them, but they make them worse. And I just did air quotes for those who are listening.
Oh. So, is a vegetarian permitted to eat animal crackers?
No,
Oh.
they have the word animal in them. It goes against their vegetarian instances.
Huh.
Don't look at me like that.
See, I like to ask the opposite question. If vegetarians existed during World War II, would they have been accepted by a certain party because they were of the Aryan race?
I don't think so.
We are
If-
vegetarians.
Because you get your mouth watering when you're cooking meat or good food with meat in it and stuff.
What are you talking about?
Do vegetarians' mouths water when people mow grass?
Ooh, this is a good question.
I feel like that should be the name of the episode, but I feel like that question is just so far out there. Somebody
want to
would think they
know.
were high if they read it.
I've been asking some pretty wild questions.
Physically, I'm not. Mentally, I am like a kite.
If people
Yeah.
mow grass, do vegetarians get hungry? Well, no,
Why not?
because vegetarians don't eat grass.
Why not? They eat freaking lettuce, and that's almost the same thing as grass. The only thing it has
No,
is more
we
water.
I
can't
don't think
digest
you know.
grass. I don't think.
I, I feel like by transitive property, because cows eat grass and we eat cows, we can eat grass.
Can we? I'm gonna have to clear my search history after this. Can we?
I mean, we can eat grass. You just have to avoid the bugs.
It says in principle, people can eat grass. It is non-toxic and edible. However, there are two main problems with a grass diet. The first is that it is incredibly difficult to digest, and second is that most grass is not edible and can cause harm. So
You
if
ever
you're
get beat up by a blade of grass? It will cause you harm.
so if you're looking for grass to eat in your spare time, you can eat wheatgrass, alfalfa, and barley. Just don't try that at home or anywhere
Try this at
else.
home, kid. Yeah.
Oh,
Try all the dangerous things.
No, we don't do that. And we here at Red Hot Cast don't want to encourage that.
I mean, I encourage chaos, but anyways, how or
You
what?
mean
Why?
you encourage Red Hot Chaos?
Yeah,
Ending.
I encourage this 24/7. So, why do you have to put your 2 cents in, but it's really only a penny for your thoughts? Like, where's that extra penny going?
Taxes.
Oh, it's a half. It's 50% taxes. I'd hate to be there.
That
We're
no no no
almost
no
there
no
right now.
sir. That is 100% tax.
Well,
If you put in 1 cent and it costs you 2 cents to do it, it is 100% tax.
look, I'm mom. I science. I'm not math. I'm not even English. Why? Why are a wise man and a wise guy opposites?
Because a wise man grew up, a wise guy did not.
Oh,
Guys are not men.
They're still boys, just in adult form.
oh.
So
So
when you say "sup, guys," you just like "sup, overgrown children."
Yeah.
but
Well, if we're talking about towards men, you're
yeah.
calling somebody a guy. Like this guy, I really like him. It's more because you don't know if he's mature enough to be the man of your life. Once
Oh,
you know that he is mature enough to be the man of your life, you'd be like, this is my man. At least
Why
that's
but
don't
for
you ever say that?
because I say that to all my coworkers. Not to you.
She doesn't ever go, "This is my man."
No, I go to my coworkers, I'd be like, my man literally just said this the other day. And they'd be like,
I feel like she talks all the crap about me at
oh,
work, and then comes home and she's just like, "I love
I
him
do.
so much."
It's funny though, because like
Oh, it's funny.
it's not like bad talking. It's like
um,
this happened and then we worked through it. And it was like super sweet because we worked through it. And they were like, oh, that's adorable. And I'm like, yeah.
I'm glad you talk about our lives so much. Privacy, not a thing. Welcome to the 21st
I
century.
don't talk about everything, just some things, you jerk.
welcome to life. Again. Anyways,
You wanted privacy? Go back a century because that doesn't exist.
so why do tugboats push barges?
Tugboats push barges?
Yeah, tug anything. They push boats.
Well, I'm going to answer this with the greatest of references, Thomas the Tank Engine.
I was gonna have to agree with that one.
If you ever need to ask a serious question like that, you can go talk to Percy. Percy got all the answers. Thomas, he's kind of dumb, but Percy, he's the train. He's not just a guy; he's a man train.
I like Diesel, but okay.
You like Diesel?
Yeah.
You look like a Diesel kind of person.
Say that. So,
I didn't even answer the question.
I didn't hear the question.
No, I'm Batman.
No, you're not.
what? Moving on. Why do we say is out of whack? Like, what is a whack? What is whack?
Whack is the virtual saying that something is running properly. So if it is all whacked, it is working properly.
I
But
feel
if
like
it's out
whack.
of whack, it is not working properly. That's my guess. That's what it sounds like. That's using context clues.
Oh, okay. So, what was the best thing to eat before sliced bread was a thing?
Loafed bread.
Oh, they just went for it.
Let's see. The best thing since sliced bread. Well, I can imagine that the creation of bread must have been like, whoa. So, like she said, probably like the loaf of bread. But I'm gonna go even before then. Wheat, just straight wheat and oats.
They eat
I'm gonna start saying that. This is the best thing since oats.
This is the best thing since oats. So, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
The chicken.
No, I got a real answer for this.
Okay.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Mm-hmm.
Oxygen and carbon dioxide.
No. You gotta think of the egg as the universe, and God gave birth to that egg, and out of that egg came planets, and each planet a chicken.
Hold on. Can we pause there for a moment? Are you saying that God the chicken?
No.
Yeah. That's exactly what he's saying.
Pause there for a moment. Hold on. Let's back it up a couple sentences.
Back it up like 4 paces and explain.
I want that to be the title. God is a chicken.
Is that in a scared sense or a
Just because.
Oh no. So when you used to be indecisive, what are you not good at?
Deciding.
Oh.
I'm like the most indecisive person in our group. I don't care as long as I get food along the way.
This is true. So, when you inspect a mirror and see yourself reversed, why isn't life like that?
What do you mean?
Because it's the reverse image. If you're mirroring someone, you use the opposite hand of what they're actually using. Like if I were to lift my right hand, you'd lift your left hand. Why is it reversed?
Because long answer, no. Short answer, N.
Oh, that was a good one. So, do illiterate people get the whole effect of alphabet soup?
No.
Oh.
They just pee noodles and soup.
See, I'd like to think that they see monkeys and rabbits loop de loop.
Kind of like the same thing as people who've never seen like a certain show and they get like the mac and cheese from that show with like the characters on it. They don't know what the characters are, but if you've watched the show, you know the exact characters of each noodle, which is really weird and creepy.
So, of
Oh.
all the brands or whatever you could have went with, you went with soup. You could get like a pack of stickers, and it would have the same effect. But you said soup. Do
I
you
would
just
try
randomly
soup
buy
with
soup
mac and
with all
cheese.
your? Do you buy Marvel's Avengers soup?
No, I just remember when I was a kid, we only got these like character mac and cheeses one time, and all my siblings fought over them, and I never got
I
any
mean,
of them. Dad.
Well, you have like a million soup.
Exactly.
I had the Ninja Turtle mac and cheese, and that was pretty good.
Screw you!
What? They just released it. Well, I don't know if they sell it anymore, but
The new Ninja Turtles mac and cheese, or like the old one?
the new one.
Oh.
See, I like my Ninja Turtles related content with a little bit of vanilla ice.
Yeah.
They play my anthem because I'm truly a ninja. They say, "Go ninja, go ninja, go, go ninja, go ninja, go,
It all sounds like you're saying Ninjago.
go ninja, go, go ninja, go."
Wait, is that where that came from?
No,
Ninjago came from Ninja Go.
yeah, ninja go.
Oh. So if, hypothetically, for all of our listeners, if man evolved from monkeys and apes, why do we still have monkeys and apes?
Monkeys and rabbits, loop the loop.
Because
An
those are
appropriate
kind of, like,
response.
super people.
Why do honestly? Let's think about it. Let's see. Um, if there were, if we've evolved from them, I'd like to imagine that there would still be remnants of the previous species, kind of like how think of a flower, to be honest.
Mm.
When it spreads its seeds to make other flowers, sometimes the old dies off, but you'd still see remnants of the old flowers.
This is true. I mean,
Or even like humans. We've moved past World War II times. We've moved past
Doesn't mean we
the
can move past when everybody would freaking tax and everything.
but you still
Oh.
see remnants of it everywhere.
this is true. From a science standpoint, because that's my thing, it just didn't work out that way, is basically it. It is natural selection. So some of them didn't combine into the correct way to become human. They kind of went the other direction. It's like we have different breeds of dogs. They're all still dogs, but they may not have any of the same qualities, like the Dachshund versus a Great Dane.
So who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Sorry. So,
Oh.
Hmm.
Sometimes I just want to listen to some Vanilla Ice, but realize that I really just need to be LL Cool J.
what? No. If
And then I realized I'm just not good without any iced tea.
oh. So if that be true, if you had a book that was written after you, what would the title of it be? And no, it can't be the biology of or the autobiography of or whatever.
If there was a book about If there was a book about me, what would it be about?
The
What would it be
hand
Yeah.
named?
guide. The hand guide to destroying your life, but then fixing it.
In like super tiny letters. If I had a book that was it like that just described your life in general?
Or like my whole life, or like just my life now. Like you have to be more
No,
specific.
not about your life, just about you.
Oh,
Oh, me? Oh, multiple personalities and how I cope with them. Sorry, that was awful.
I just name it. Honestly, I don't know.
Mine probably be oof or something like that. Just OOF. Oof.
I think for me it would be something like, "It's my life. It's now or never." Just take a quote out of Bon Jovi.
I like that. So, what do you think the world will look like in 50 years?
It'll be a lot like the Lorax.
A lot like. Are we
There's a
gonna be?
proper. Go ahead.
Are we all gonna be animated?
No, I mean like the world itself, it's gonna be dead and desolate, especially if like, and it's gonna be like businesses taking advantage of the people and not helping the people find like proper solutions, and it's gonna be a lot more violent than the Lorax because everybody's gonna be basically at war. It's pretty much.
I like to think of it this way. I'm going to stand next to a window, and as a random fire happens to start, I'm going to say, "We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been burning."
No. But realistically speaking, I think it's gonna be a lot like the Lorax because they'll be selling like oxygen canisters because the world's gonna be so filled with like chemicals and carbon dioxide.
You really
and
think people
stuff.
are going to let that happen?
Probably.
I mean,
I mean, shoot.
either
I'll take
that
some.
or it's gonna be a lot like Ice Age and the
Like Ice Age.
the water melting thing when everything started
Wild.
melting.
Ooh,
Oh, I
this
thought
is
you said
true.
we were all going to turn into woolly mammoths.
No.
Man,
Like the ice caps are already melting and they're just moving downward, which is cooling the rest of the planet off. So it's just
Well,
gonna
tell them
freeze
to put their
everything.
hats back on.
dum, 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 dum,
I'm
dum.
done.
No more ice caps.
I'm done.
We need ice hard hats.
Next question.
Okay. So, no, that one's stupid. I'm gonna skip that one.
So, two
Hmm?
bars walk into a bar.
Wait.
Are
To
we
try.
talking bar stools or like bars? Or like
try.
bars that are like part of like a counter?
Oh. I do not.
You're gonna knock it over again.
I'm too cool to knock things over.
You just did it like 10 minutes ago.
Listen, it was 30 minutes ago.
Hey, babe.
Okay, you have a question, sorry.
No, you're fine. Ooh, that's a good one. We've kind of transitioned from the silly questions to the deeper questions. But
How
what is
many? Oh, how many trips does it take to get to the Titanic?
one?
But there's no trip back.
Whoops.
Sorry, that was awful.
Okay. I don't know how I'm gonna follow that, but what's one what's one lesson your job has taught you? Or I guess what's one lesson you've been taught? We'll just generalize it. What's one lesson you've been taught that you think everyone should learn at some point?
You are not your job.
Ooh, that is smart.
it's okay to leave a job if you're not feeling satisfied, if you're not feeling fulfilled, like you reaching towards something you want. If you feel like you have to be the company, that the company needs you to survive, here's a newsflash: they will go on without you, and if they don't, that's on them because they didn't prepare properly.
If you work for big corporations, you're not the only one who generally gets the short end of the stick. Most of the managers and other coworkers get the short end of the stick too. Also, women naturally get paid about 15% less than men, no matter what.
Oh. Well,
Well, see, for that, you, anybody can achieve anything.
this is
It's
true.
just whether or not they want.
Well, it's not just that, but like I could get the same job as you from the same place, would be starting out, same amount of experience, whatever. I would still get paid less because I am a woman, and they haven't fixed that. It's not like everybody's fault, or I'm not saying it's anybody's fault. I'm just saying that it still hasn't been fully fixed yet.
Well,
It's just the way companies work and stuff.
That's true to an extent, yeah.
right, because you can still say, "Hey, I want this," and if it's not what you want, then reach for the next guy's job and say, "You know what? You don't want to make this fair? Let me go do something. Let me go do
And
it
that's
somewhere
why
else."
it's better for women if there is a better opportunity for you at a different place. You are more likely to get paid at that place because that opportunity being better is offered to you, and you're less likely to get jobs if most of the people in your office are men, like the higher ups are mostly men, you're not going to get moved up as fast unless you go
Yeah.
and get experience from other jobs as well at the same time.
Yeah.
It happens a lot. Trust me, I've seen it.
Hmm.
And that's a lesson you learned.
No, it's a lesson I've seen. I haven't really learned it because I'm literally work at the very bottom, and I'm okay with that.
Well, I've got one. And it's something that one of my old nursing friends used to say all the time. She used to look at me and she would go, "Look, Justin, I run like long water." And I had no idea what the heck that meant, but I figured it out. Water runs and it will make its own pathway. If you run like long water, things just run off of you. So all the negative stuff, let it just run. Don't build a dam. Just let it run. Run like long water. It don't hold on to bad things.
I suppose, yeah.
So, if you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Probably fruit salad because it's generalized.
Yummy, yummy.
I'd have to say ramen. You can mix and match stuff
No,
with
no,
ramen.
no, God.
Not like the brand ramen, like ramen, like Japanese, like fresh ramen. Because you can mix and match stuff with that all you want, and it still tastes good.
Well, that's true, but yeah.
And you can make it a breakfast food. You can make it a dinner food. You can make it a lunch food. It could be a late night snack.
Yeah,
And if you get authentic ramen, it doesn't have as much salt and stuff. So,
but for me, I guess just the thought of having noodles for the rest of my life doesn't sound appeasing to me.
no, I'd have to say some kind of soup.
You would just freaking soup.
I
I like soup.
mushroom soup would be all right.
Would that be the one for you, Justin?
No, it'd have to be lasagna, hands down.
This man said, "I want some lasagna."
I thought it was good too.
Ooh. If animals could speak, what would be the rudest animal?
I know a lot of people might say cats, but um, the rudest animal. If animals could speak, I feel like it would be like some kind of monkey or chimp.
Probably. I feel like
It could be a squirrel.
A squirrel. That yeah, I could see that.
what's the one thing McSquizzy from Open Season? Isn't he a chipmunk, McSquizzy?
I need to look that up. I haven't seen that movie in forever.
That's the only thing I can think of right now is McSquizzy.
What movie?
Open Season.
Oh, I've never seen that movie.
I think he's a chipmunk and he's got like this wild eyebrow.
Oh, McSquizzy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All I can think of is the squirrel from Hoodwinked on
Oh.
Coffee.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my spirit animal half the time.
Fabian, what's your spirit animal?
Honestly,
I have two spirit animals. I'm sorry. My
Oh.
other one is Flash 100-Yard Dash from Zootopia.
I don't. Realistically, I don't know what my. I can see myself as like a panther,
Mm.
but I could also see myself as. I don't know. Because I'm always just watching, so I could be like an owl.
This is true. You
And
ever?
then again, I have who my spirit animal is?
Puma.
Who?
No, not a puma. Winnie the Pooh.
Oh.
He's my spirit animal.
You know those?
It's the end of the world.
No, I can't make that reference because it's it's a thing. I don't know. Shoot, I'm probably you know those Pokemon, the Snorlax,
Oh
Mhm.
wow.
always blocking people.
Uh
That's
huh.
me. Sleeping on the job.
If you could be any animal,
Ooh.
what would you be?
Ooh. I.
Or animal or creature type thing.
A sloth.
You would want to be a sloth.
No.
Yeah.
I've
There's
thought
actually a
about that.
sloth in a zoo.
Oh.
What?
Or a panda.
You just want to be something slow that doesn't have to do anything.
Actually, koalas are quite cute and very fast.
Oh, you know what?
They're
If you wouldn't
terrifying.
be a koala, I'm gonna be a red panda and just go. Rawr.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would
here
probably.
to intimidate you.
You know what? I'd be a polar bear.
I love how we all chose bears.
Yeah.
But no, if I want to be something that could probably fly,
Ooh, that would be pretty cool though.
so I can go and see everything. Because
I'd
I'd
be a
love to see the
pterodactyl.
world. A
If I had to fly.
pterodactyl.
If I had to fly,
No,
I'd be a
no, no,
pterodactyl.
no, no. A condor.
Ooh.
Mm.
For me, I mean, in a way, if I could be, I would just. I kind of like the idea of just being a phoenix itself, not
Ooh.
having to, not the die part.
Actually, that does sound kind of cool.
Or
It would just suck being
oh
alive for
no,
forever.
no. I would want to be a
Oh.
dragon,
Mm.
even though they're big.
Mm.
Now, I don't want to be like a moosh. What is it? What's the guy from Mulan?
Yes, Mushu.
Yeah, not his size dragon, but just maybe something like Raya's size.
Ooh.
Or
Ryan is still quite big.
yeah.
That's
What you're
sea.
thinking is like the baby dragon Hagrid has.
Oh yeah.
first Harry Potter movie that
But
he
what if I want to
freshly
be
had.
Smaug?
Who's Smaug?
Smaug. Who's Smaug? He's Benedict Cumberbatch. Have you not watched The Desolation of Smaug? It's a beautiful movie. I love that. I will say, of the 3 movies, that was by far my favorite. Because Benedict Cumberbatch just did so well at being terrifying.
This is true.
The guy who plays Doctor Strange.
Yeah. So, if you could invite 3 people, living or dead, to dinner, who would they be?
Jesus.
Okay, that's one.
Let's see. I'd want Jesus. I'd want just people I really want to meet my grandma because she died before I was born.
Well, that would be cool.
And then I don't really care for famous people, you know, because famous people come and go. I kind of like to meet CJ's mom.
Well, that would be cool too.
My mom was like highly depressed the last time I saw her. So, would you like want to see her from when I was like a little kid, or like?
I just want to see. Just get to meet the person who gave birth to you.
Well, that would be nice.
You'd probably want to meet her from when I was a little kid. She wasn't really herself in her last few years. So.
Well, she's had a couple years to think about it.
This is true.
It's not like she committed suicide, you guys.
I know.
Excuse me.
Okay.
So, what about you, Justin?
3 people. My great-grandfather, the Russian one. I have a recording on a cassette tape, and he, I guess every Christmas, he would recite something, I can't remember, some New Year's celebration deal in German and Russian and Italian and all of the different languages. I think that'd be pretty cool. But he was what war was he in? I think he was in the Korean War. He was shot down. He was supposed to ship back home, but they had an emergency where they needed to get people out, and he stayed behind, and they shot through the floor of his helicopter, and he went down somewhere. So that would be cool. But him, I think meeting Jesus would be pretty cool, but I might have to go with Johnny Depp. Like much younger Johnny Depp. Like not Edward Scissorhands young Johnny Depp, but like first Pirates of the Caribbean Johnny Depp.
Cool.
That and I feel like it would be cool to meet Ramsay, but like not as Hell's Kitchen host, but just as like how he is at home, because I know he does like a YouTube channel where he teaches people how to cook, and I think that would be pretty cool.
I thought you were talking about like Ramses from like Egypt. I was like, oh geez.
No.
You want to meet an Egyptian ruler?
Personally, I'd like to meet Technoblade.
Oh.
Okay.
Chronicles are pretty
really off topic, but like I watched a lot of his videos as a kid, and then he just seemed like such a nice YouTuber, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Even when he had meet and greets online and stuff, he just was always super nice, and I was like, okay, how is this one dude so nice? And then I'm trying to think of somebody else. I guess one of the founding fathers just
Interesting.
to ask them what they wanted to happen with the world after they
Ooh.
were there. 'Cause, like,
Well, one of them wanted to kill vampires. Haven't you seen the movie?
Wait.
well, granted, when they found America and stuff, they weren't out of the slavery times and stuff yet. But granted, they had kind of predicted us to stop slavery eventually, and all that. And it just, I want to see if the world lives up to their expectations or not. Because, like, when they first created the government system, if you wanted to be in a government official, you volunteered. You didn't get paid to do it. You just volunteered to do it, and it was something that you put on your job resume as a thing you did. It was like,
Your resume?
leave me alone. But like now, the government basically pays themselves, and government officials make.
Can you
fun.
stop trying to talk politics?
I just would like to see one of the founding fathers look at the world today and hear their opinion on it. They're happy.
God, she's like, I want to kill everybody who wants to listen to this podcast. I
don't
want them
wanna
to
kill
not
everybody.
listen after the first 5 minutes.
To be fair, you guys chose a tough topic, and then the other
It's
one
not a tough topic.
would have to be Aristotle.
Ooh,
Just cause
fair
you
enough.
guys chose really weird people. I chose.
Yeah, your mom's really weird.
I don't know why you want to meet my mom. Okay.
Anyway, what ooh, A or B?
Conversation for later.
Choose A or B.
Or
C.
Okay. You
what
asked.
A or B stand for?
They're just a different question choice.
Go for B
So,
then.
oh, okay. What special ability do you wish you had?
Oh, we were just talking about this, I think, a couple weeks ago. I said teleportation.
Oh yeah, I do remember this.
Yep, I would love teleportation. And it's not just like places I can see. It just be like, okay, I want to go over to this place and just go, poof, gone. And like stuff I can like hold on to can also teleport with me, kind of like in the X-Men movie with Nightcrawler.
I would like to be able to create stuff from the lipids in my body,
Ooh,
as long
that,
as I know the molecular structure of it.
huh?
Because
I
then I could get transportation, or I could get anything I need for protection.
hmm.
Mm.
I just want to be a good cook. I wish I could cook.
It's too late for me and a good cook.
Oh. If you could bring one thing, nah, that's a lame one. I feel like that would not be a good question to ask, so we're gonna skip that one.
If you could have one Pokemon, what Pokemon would you have?
There you go. Hold on,
Leafeon.
just a sec. I'll be right back.
I'd kind of want. I don't. If I wanted a Pokemon. I guess.
Or Snorlax. He's really good at taking naps.
I feel like I want a Pokemon that can be like a bodyguard. No, I'd want more of like a helpful Pokemon, one that can just be like, "Hey, let's go on an adventure."
Ooh. Okay, I got one more question at least. What is the craziest Wi-Fi name you've ever seen?
craziest?
I'd have to say I've seen the FBI Wi-Fi on my computer before. It was like a FBI interview room or whatever.
Oh,
And
It was an interrogation room, and it was like on there for like 30 minutes, and then it was gone.
And now that you've mentioned it, they're now going to check out the podcast. But that means all you FBI agents who want to follow our podcast, we now welcome you to listen.
It had like 4 passcodes. I didn't try to sign in, but like it had like the little lock thing, but then it had like 4 more after, and I was like, I don't know why anybody would try to get in here, but I'm not messing with it. It's not mine.
okay, Fabian. Be prepared for a 200 jump in listener.
Exactly. Just be like, I wonder who's listening.
Mhm.
Craziest Wi-Fi password. I mean, I've seen a bunch of just random ones.
Password or you said password or
Oh,
like
not
Wi-Fi
password.
thing?
Like Wi-Fi names.
Okay,
I
so I
think.
answered it properly. Never mind.
I mean, sometimes I've just seen like, I had one called "This is not your Wi-Fi."
Okay. I don't have any really.
Oh, I
Would
saw one called "These Nuts," but
oh
Oh, other than the FBI one, I've also seen one that said Christmas Island. And I thought it was my sister's Wi-Fi, but then I asked her, and she was like, "It's not mine." And I asked my dad, and it wasn't his. I was like, "Who the heck has Christmas Wi-Fi? Has Christmas Island as their Wi-Fi?" Turned out it was our neighbor, and I was like, "Why?" They were like, "Oh, we just really like Christmas." I was like, "That's a really weird name to have for your Wi-Fi," but okay.
maybe they idolize it.
They get really happy about Christmas time. Like they put everything up, and it's like, okay,
Oh,
not necessary, but okay.
okay. One last question for me. Do you prefer, or I guess would you prefer to walk around with broccoli for arms or salad for your head?
neither. Well,
Sounds horrifying.
yeah.
Fine. What weapon would you choose in a zombie apocalypse?
Oh, I got this. The Cure.
Oh, but
I
you
would
don't
have to
be
say,
able to use it on one.
well, not if he finds a science lab, then he can replicate it multiple times.
Oh, fair enough.
I would have to say,
That's all you need, ladies and gentlemen. And you just go to a zombie lab and bam, you just walk near it, and the Cure just starts replicating.
The Cure.
I wouldn't really want, for being logical about this, I wouldn't really want a weapon. I would want tools so I could build a like tree base because then you're less likely to be attacked by zombies. And after like 3 or 4 days, it'd be completely safe to go out. Well, not really 3 or 4 days, but like a couple weeks, it'd be completely safe to go out and walk about again because the zombies would have all died.
Rigor mortis.
I mean, I'm just saying
It's
they all would have had deteriorated and just decomposed by that point. Like,
I feel like I would want something. I would say like I wanted like a blade, but yeah, like maybe even like I don't know if I'd want something long range, but I'd kind of want something like even just like a diamond sword.
they make cinnamon toast crunch cough. I've never been more appalled at something in my life.
oh, what
What would you take, Justin?
I would do. Ooh, that's the one. I would take a bazooka with a bayonet.
You realize you'd have to find those kind of rounds to fire it.
Yeah, but saying I had enough.
Uh, that's true.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want like something with ammo. Oh, easy lightsaber. Lightsaber wins all the time.
Ooh, this is true.
I saw some like article. It was like which weapon would be the best against like a zombie apocalypse, and it was like a lightsaber, a blaster. I was like, lightsaber all the way. Shoot.
Well, which version would it be? Like a Darth Maul, Kylo Ren? Um, I mean, what kind of lightsaber are we
Let's see.
talking?
Let's see. Darth Maul can. His is a double sided,
Yeah,
but I feel like I'd have to learn how to use that. I mean, either way, you'd have to learn how to use the lightsaber anyway. Oh no! You know what? I just want the Force. That's the weapon I want.
just
Give me the freaking Force.
the Force.
Yep.
Hmm.
It's just zombies coming at you. You just
Fair enough.
hold your hand out and say, "No, Simba. This is not your land. Everything the light touches is your kingdom. Guess what? The light ain't touching here. Goodbye."
Goodbye. Woof. That would
I'd just be sipping my like tea or whatever and just go Force choke and then throw them super far away.
just shooting them off into space. Like a t-shirt cannon, but it's zombies.
Exactly.
Well, that's all the
And
questions.
then I could be really cheesy and say, "May the Force be with you."
May 4th is your favorite holiday.
Because you could just do so much with the Force too, which would be kind of cool.
This is true.
Yeah.
You even have to hold your tea.
Exactly. Well, we thank you guys for listening. Today was we wanted to just try something different, so we just said let's answer a bunch of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know in the comments what you guys would answer to some of these questions. Okay, podcast out.
Bum bum.